What do you think is the most misunderstood aspects of being a leader? What do people get wrong?
Oh, it's simple. Most people think being the leader is being in charge. That's what they think. Incorrect. Being a leader means you take care of those in your charge. Being a leader, as I said, is the acceptance of the awesome responsibility to see those around you rise, whether you have formal rank or not. You and I both know lots of people who are very, very senior, who people do as they say because they have authority, but nobody trusts them, nobody likes them, nobody would quit a job for them to follow them. And you and I both know people who may or may not have that much formal authority, but people trust them and love them and would follow them anywhere. And if they left, a group of people would follow and go with them. That's leadership. Leadership is an act of service. And when people feel like you have their back and you want to see them succeed, they will reward you with love and loyalty. That's what happens.
Do you think that great leaders can exist in bad corporate culture?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
And what do you do about that? If you feel like you're a leader that has your team's back, that is there to look after everyone around you and to see people rise around you, but you're in a bit of a shitty culture, what do you do?
So kind of talking about middle management. I mean, middle management's the most difficult job in a company. For so many reasons. One, we don't train people how to lead. You're like, oh, you're good at your job. Now you're a leader. You're a manager. Congratulations, right? My friend Bob Chapman, he's right about this, which is we should stop using the term manager. Nobody wakes up in the morning to be managed. Nobody wants to be managed. We want to be led. Like, be my leader, not my manager, right? You can't lead a company. You can run a company, but you can only lead people. People, being a leader is a relationship. So what people get wrong is they think they're a leader when they've been anointed with a title or a rank. All that means is you've achieved some level of accomplishment and somebody has sought fit to bring you up in the ranks. You may or may not be a good leader, but you fit whatever promotion standard the company has set. Leadership is a choice, first and foremost. Like being a parent, you're technically a parent if you have a child, but you become a parent when you raise a child.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's the same thing. The biggest mistake people make is you're not a leader simply because you have a rank or a title. Leadership is a choice, and it's a lot of work. It's the choice to see another person rise and grow, and that you're going to be a part of that journey.
Do you think that have you seen in your past horrible leaders that actually can change their style of leadership and become, because I'm sure that there are so many people here that work for what they would consider, a manager and not a leader.
Yeah.
And so what do you do in that position?
So again, one of the core principles of being a good leader is empathy. So let us not assume that because somebody's a bad leader that they're a bad person. I went for a walk with a friend of mine. She knows what I do. And she goes, I need your advice. I said, go ahead. She goes, my boss is a horrible person. She's a horrible person. I said, oh my God, does she abuse her dog? She goes, what? I said, does she come home and kick the dog? She goes, no. I'm like, is she a horrible mother? She goes, no. I said, okay, so we don't know that she's a horrible person. She might be, but we don't know that.
Frank was so frustrated by the way when you said that.
All we know is she's a horrible leader.
She's horrible, okay?
All we know is that she's a horrible leader. That's all we know, right? And maybe she's a horrible leader because she's had terrible role models, that the people who got promoted in front of her stabbed people in the back, so she followed them and it kept working. So maybe she had bad role models. Maybe she had a bad incentive structure at the company she worked for. Maybe she's painfully insecure. Maybe she's responding incredibly badly to the insane amount of pressure that's on her from up above, which we have no idea. We don't know if somebody's yelling at her because of the stock price. We don't know. All we know is that she's showing up badly. So the part of it is we work for some bad leaders, but they're not necessarily bad people. And that's a huge distinction. Because by recognizing that someone's a bad leader, I can say, okay, they haven't learned, they're under pressure, they're Peter Principled out, they shouldn't have the job, they're insecure, they're afraid. Okay, I'm going to adjust the way I speak because I know that. I'm going to adjust the way I interact with them because I know that. I'm going to give some grace because I know that. And what you're doing is becoming the leader you wish you had. That's what's happening.
Exactly. Thanks for joining me on the Aspire podcast. For more strategies on how to build the life of your dreams, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.